Hey guys, I'm Z-Man, and I'm recording my first YouTube video ever. I hope you guys enjoy it. So I'm going to be showing you guys a deck profile that is my favorite of all time and also my first deck ever, which is Ancient Gears. Now to start off, this is a very combo heavy going second deck. The price range of this deck is really not too expensive at all. Most singles are pretty cheap, except a few. So it's a very fun OTK style deck that can combat some meta decks better than others. It can just put out so much damage that you just win in some cases. So now that that's out of the way, let's get into it. So to start off, I run 3 Ancient Gear Wyvern. You kind of have to run 3. He's the best. He's the Stratos of the deck. He searches everything. He can search, and most things have the Ancient Gear label on them, so you can search them all pretty much. 3 Ancient Gear Frame. He's like the secondary searcher in the deck. He can't search as much things, but he's pretty good because he's needed for a lot of combos too. Now third, we run triple Ancient Gear Hunting Hound. Ancient Gear Hunting Hound is the walking polymerization for Ancient Gears. He can fusion summon using himself and any other fusions in your hand or on the field, so he's pretty good. He also has a 600 burn when he's normal summoned, so he's pretty essential for those first turns and the sometimes even fusion summoning to win. I play double Ancient Gear Box. Ancient Gear Box is basically he's just there because when you search him with Wyvern, you get a secondary search also, which could search your frame, and that's pretty good because sometimes you need 2 materials instead of 1, and that's why I run 2 of them in case I hard draw into 1, which happens kind of often. So I just can't see him at less than 2. For the big boss monsters, I run 2 Ancient Gear Reactor Dragons. These guys are really good. They're the main deck boss monster, pretty much. They when they attack, you can't activate spells, traps, or monster effects, and they get to pop a card on the field after they attack, or pop a spell or trap on the field after they attack, which is really good because you can pop your own cards to combo off even more. And he's pretty easy to get out because he can be special summoned, unlike the golems, which these guys can't be special summoned, but you still need to run the 2 golem and the 1 pound. So 2 golem is, you run 3 in total, is because for the fusion Megaton, Ancient Gear Megaton golem, you need 3 fusions so that he can attack 3 times. These guys are just in here for that reason basically, and then pound is in there so that sometimes when you need to go off and win the game, he can win it because he can attack multiple times if you discard a machine type monster, so that's why he's pretty good. It's also funny because he's the only Ancient Gear monster that doesn't have when he attacks, you cannot activate something. You can activate things when he attacks. It's kind of funny, but he has some other secondary effects, so he's still good. He's still really good. That's it for Ancient Gear monsters. I run 3 Dino Wrestler Pankratops. He's super good going second. You just special summon him and then pop a card. You're usually going to want to use his effect when you summon him because then you can open up your field, because in order to use your main combo card, Ancient Gear Catapult, you need to control no monsters, and so he can get you a pop a card on the field and then also get out of the way for the rest of your combos. And I also run 1 Gamma Seal Kaiju, the Sea Turtle Kaiju, because I mean, honestly, that last spot, that's like one of the last spots in the deck. It's kind of variable, but it's always good to have a Kaiju going second just to get rid of any problematic monster. Alright, so now on to the spells. I run triple Gear Town standard. You have to run 3 Gear Town because when it's destroyed, you special summon a monster from your deck, hand, deck, or graveyard. And then I also run 2 Terraforming to go along with that, just to search it out, because you need to activate this and destroy it to get to combo off. So there's that. Triple Ancient Gear Catapult. This is like probably the best card in the deck. What you can do is you can activate this card, pop Gear Town, and then you special summon 1 for Catapult and 1 for Gear Town. So it works out really well. And that's like probably your main combo. You're hoping to get those 2 cards or be able to search into those 2 cards. And then it also has a graveyard effect that you can banish it from the grave to target your, for example, Gear Town, and destroy it, and then special summon a token. So it's just getting you more materials, and it just works out really well. But you definitely need them. And then also, since it has a grave effect, I run 2 Foolish Burial Goods, so you can send it to the grave if you don't see it. So then you can still pop your Gear Town. I run 3 Ancient Gear Fortress. Ancient Gear Fortress is just like one of the best cards that have ever came out for Ancient Gears. It honestly made them like their OTKs able to go through like a lot of times, is because what it says is like the turn that Ancient Gear monsters are summoned, they can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects or your opponent's card effects, and then your opponent cannot activate cards in response to your Ancient Gear card. So that includes monster effects, spells, and spell cards, and trap cards. Really, it makes it so when you go through your combo, they literally can't do anything. Like they can't like use hand traps, and they can't do a lot of stuff in the middle of your combo. It's just kind of like ensures your victory. And then also as a secondary, when it is destroyed, you also get to special summon from hand or graveyard. So that's good. If you don't have Gear Town to pop, you can pop this and special summon. And then I run 3 Called by the Grave. It's a combo heavy deck. You need to run them just so you can combat the hand traps in the meta right now. I mean, probably will be until the end of time, but do that. And then I run for the fusion spells, I run double Power Bond. Just because when you draw Power Bond and you have 4 materials, then you basically just win the duel, unless they can negate Power Bond in some way, because you summon Chaos Giant. And then I run 1 Ancient Gear Fusion. Now this is definitely the most expensive card in the deck. It's probably around $30, but I was lucky enough to pull it, so that's why I'm using it. But it's a searchable Ancient Gear Fusion, and then if you control an Ancient Gear Golem or an Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound, you can use materials from your deck. So that's really cool. That's probably the best way to, or the most efficient way to use that. It's really good. So now for the 1-ofs, I run 1 limiter removal. That's just because sometimes I want my smaller monsters to be able to get over them, and then I can just use them for a fusion or something later. Chaos Giant is not affected by limiter removal though, so that's one of the reasons why I'm hesitant to ever put in more than 1, and sometimes I will opt to take it out too. And then I also just run 1 Monster Reborn, just in case I need it, and I can revive a fusion sometimes, and I can revive Reactor Dragon if I needed it. Now for the extra deck, I run 3 Ancient Gear Howitzer. He's really good. He just requires 2 materials, and he's unaffected by all card effects, which is something I love, and he can also burn your opponent for 1,000, so they better get rid of him, or you can just start taking away their life points. Also, when he's destroyed by battle, special summon a monster from your deck, so ignoring summoning conditions, so you can summon your golems off that, and that's really good. That's really good. So that's the Howitzer. Now I run 2 Chaos Giant. He's basically one of 2 boss monsters in the deck. He can just, when he is summoned, it's basically just you win the duel, because he just can attack all monsters, inflicts damage in every position, and he's unaffected by spells and traps, so it's hard to remove him, and you can just win the game. And you'll never need to more than 2. I mean, the only reason why you would run 2 is in case you ran just in case it doesn't work out the first time, because you can always just probably get 4 materials again to use it. I also run 1 Ancient Gear Megaton Golem. He's the one that can attack 3 times as many golems that you use for his fusion summon. And then when he leaves the field, you can special summon an ultimate Ancient Gear Golem from your extra deck, so that's pretty much why you run him also. But he's really good because he can attack 3 times directly, and that's really good because Chaos Giant can't do that and deal all of his damage that way, so he's needed. And then I run 1 Seraphonite. You'll see for my side deck I run Brilliant, so you'll see that in a sec. And then I run, for the Xyz monsters, I run Exciton Knight. Just going second deck, needs to blow up the board, you can do it. And then Baguska, in case I need to defend. And then also I run the True King of All Calamities, because Reactor Dragon is level 9, so he can go into that consistently on the first turn, which is what you need sometimes. And then for the Link monsters, I run 1 Underclock Taker, 1 Mrs. Radiant, 1 Clifford Genius, and 1 Link Karibo. these three, they're just standard, and then Linkuriboh is just used for your Ancient Gear token is level 1, so you can combo off with that, which works pretty well. And then for the side deck, real quick, we'll go over it. I got my Kaiju package, which consists of 4 Kaijus and 2 Slumber. I think that these guys are just so good if you need to get over monsters. They can just take any monster really, so they're just super good. And then for my next package, I have Elemental Hero Prisma. He can be used a lot to send an Ancient Gear Golem to the graveyard so that his name is treated as Ancient Gear Golem, so then when you use your Ancient Gear Fusion, you can use materials from deck, so he's pretty good. And then I always throw him in with the Brilliant Fusion, Garnet obviously, and Reinforcement of the Army to search him, because he would be my light type monster to send with Brilliant Fusion. So if I were to hard drop both, I also would leave my Jizukiru in there. I would trade him out for the Gamma Seal in the main deck right now in order to make sure I have light monsters for Brilliant Fusion. And that's specifically for going first in the deck. And then for the trap cards, I run 2 Rivalry of Warlords, just in case I need it. All I use is Machines, Dimensional Barrier, in case I think I need it, or I'm going against something like Fusions, Thunder Dragon, something like that. And then I also run 3 Red Reboot, in case you're going against any trap-heavy deck. You can just shut it down and then just kill them. It's essential in a lot of decks that run Solemns and stuff like that. And there's my Ancient Gear Fusion. So that's the deck profile for Ancient Gears. Hope you liked it, and I will be seeing you guys again soon. Thanks.